Here's one of possible reasons that might be causing for higher meat prices within the USA today. Number one, how many people are on the carnivore diet in the USA today? Quote from the AI overview, there are no official statistics on the exact number of people on the carnivore diet in the USA today, but a 2021 ScienceDirect.com study surveyed 2,029 individuals from online carnivore diet groups, suggesting a niche but active community. The diet's popularity is growing, driven by social media, but estimates of current numbers remain elusive, and the diet is not recommended by major health organizations. And according to something that I noticed on ScienceDirect.com, is that it seems there are people on social media, wheresoever places, whom wants to eliminate all plant-based products, and it seems to be a more higher percentage of males, around 67%, that are consuming strongly based on an carnivore diet. And ScienceDirect.com is saying that the people may seem to be doing okay on the carnivore diet right now, but they are still doing research on the carnivore diet due to them noticing that the human body does need other nutrients like vegetables as well. But since there seems to be people that are still doing the carnivore diet as of September 2025, thus they are going to continue studying these people, even though researchers already know things. But because of some people today, they will continue to gather information from the carnivore diet study that has surveyed 2,029 individuals. And it seems that the means that they may be consuming the most on the carnivore diet are quote from source red meat other than pork, example beef, lamb, venison, deer, buffalo, goat was the most commonly consumed food, followed by eggs and non-milk dairy, whereas pork, poultry, chicken, turkey, duck, and geese and seafood were less frequently eaten. So this may be why more pork, pig might be cheaper in places of the USA lately amongst chicken. Note from another source of AI overview, metabolic means relating to metabolism, which is the entire set of chemical reactions occurring within a cell or organism to sustain life. These complex processes create and use energy from food and nutrients, enabling vital functions like growth, reproduction, movement, and the repair and maintenance of cells and tissues. Number two, how much meat does just one person on the carnivore diet must consume in just one day alone? Quote from the AI overview, there isn't a single answer for how much meat a person must consume on a carnivore diet, as it depends on individual factors like body size, activity level, and metabolic needs. Metabolic needs. However, general estimates suggest 1 to 2 pounds of fatty red meat per day, or 1 to 1.5 pounds for a 150-pound individual, serving as a safe starting point to adjust based on hunger and sate, how to satisfy a desire or an appetite to the full promptings of each individual. So, according to the AI overview alone, then two, if you were to hold two 16.9 full ounce bottles of water in just one hand, then that will be the weight of meat for just one person that weighs around 150 pounds must eat per day. So if someone weighs more than just 150 pounds, then how much more pounds of animal meat per day would might they have to consume being on the carnivore diet each and every single day? Quote from another source: the carnivore diet encourages, motivates drinking water and bone broth, but discourages, persuades against drinking tea, coffee, and other drinks made from plants. And I know for my own self that tea and coffee is another way to get good nutrients, specifically if you only drink them unsweetened. I'm a witness to this being true, but carnivore diet says you cannot have any unsweetened tea, nor not even the unsweetened coffee while you're on the carnivore diet. Only stuff from animals is what the carnivore diet wants people to consume, just like as how vegans wants for people to only consume nothing but plant-based products. And even some vegans have said that they oftentimes have trouble getting in all of their nutrients at times. So, one thing that I do find to be interesting is that the carnivore diet says to not consume any alcoholic beverages, pretty much. Plus, eating a diet of high protein may help people to promote weight loss. The carnivore diet also seems to not include any consumption of carbs and most sweets. Though carnivore diet says eating high fiber carbs may help for people to fight diabetes spikes. However, the most healthier fiber that researchers have found to be best for promoting gut health and healthy bowel movements is only found in plant foods. But according to this particular source, they don't really have very much of strong, good evidence of research to justly say for the carnivore diet to be a guarantee that a person will see weight loss occur if they were to do the carnivore diet for such purposes to lose weight. Nevertheless, regardless of this all, I clearly sense now that it just seems to me that the carnivore diet is in opposition. The carnivore diet is in opposition to be set against the vegan diet, is what I now suspect about the so called carnivore diet. Number three, how many ounces does 1 pound of meat weigh? How many ounces does 1 pound of meat weigh? Quick quote from the AI overview: 1 pound of meat weighs 16 ounces because there are 16 ounces in 1 pound of any substance, including meat. The cooking process may cause some of the meat to lose weight due to the fat melting down and water evaporation, but the initial weight of 1 pound of raw meat is always equal to 16 ounces. And 16 ounce of raw meat may feel very close to the weight of 1 to 2 16.9 full ounce bottles of water. But after you cook the raw meat, then how much more raw meat will actually have to be cooked for each individual person that is on the carnivore diet to get full for just one day alone, and not to mention about for a whole entire month? I don't think that anybody that is on the so called carnivore diet right now has a right to complain about the meat prices within the USA today due to the carnivore diet ones being big culprits that are likely messing with the supply and demand for meat prices right now within just the USA alone as of September 2025 and onward. Peace.